Hey boys and girls, Mrs. Stern here. We are moving on to Unit 2, finding unit rates and working with them in word problems. Now you guys learned unit rates last year. We're going to use the same methods that you were taught last year, which is a little different than the way the book teaches. That's okay. I'll show you both at some point. But I'm pretty sure that all the teachers use cross multiply and divide, so we're going to work with that for this year, okay? So let's look at our first problem. Jeff hikes 1/2 mile every 15 minutes. So if I look at that, 1/2 mile every 15 minutes or 1/4 of an hour, okay? Lisa hikes 1/3 of a mile every 10 minutes or 1/6 of an hour. They want to know how far they would go in 1 hour and 2 hours. So let's start with Jeff. All right, so we have, change my color here, we have Jeff. The ratio for Jeff is 1/2 mile in 1/4 of an hour. Okay? And I want to know how far he hikes in 1 hour. So I would use the strategy cross multiply and divide. And the exciting thing for you guys is that you're going to be able to use those fraction calculators. So if I were to use that, I'm going to type in the fraction of 1/2 cross multiply, let me grab this color here, cross multiply 1/2, oops, that didn't change, that's okay, 1/2 times 1, which is going to give me 1/2, and then I have to divide that by the fraction of 1/4. That is going to give me a whole number of 2 miles. Make sure that you're using your labels so that you line everything up. So Jeff hikes 2 miles in 1 hour. What if I wanted to find out how much Jeff hiked in 2 hours? You would use the same strategy. I'm looking at this piece now. I'm going to cross multiply 2 times 2 and divide by 1. 2 times 2 divided by 1 gives me 4. So in 2 hours, Jeff hikes 4 miles. Now let's compare that to Lisa. All right, we have Lisa. Lisa hikes 1/3 of a mile every 10 minutes or 1/6 of an hour. I want to use the hours to keep my labels consistent. Otherwise, I would have to do some converting. And I want to know how far she can travel in 1 hour. I line up my labels, so I have my 1 hour here. I'm going to use that cross multiply and divide. So if I cross multiply, I have 1/3 times 1, and then I would divide by my 1/6. I'm going to do that on my calculator. 1/3 times 1 divided by 1/6, the fraction of 1 over 6, is going to give me 2. Okay, and let me just change that color for you. 2 miles. So Lisa also walks 2 miles or hikes 2 miles every hour. All right. If I were going to keep going and I could solve for how many miles Lisa hikes in 2 hours, I would use the same strategy, cross multiply and divide, and I would end up with 4 miles. Both people hike 2 miles in 1 hour and 4 miles in 2 hours. So the strategy that you're going to be using this week is cross multiply and divide.